welcome to another episode of What Are You Reading? What Are You Writing? I'm your host, Karen E. Osborne. I am the author of Getting It Right, which came out in 2017, but is still getting bought, still on sale. And then Tangled Lies, which came out last summer, and Reckonings, which comes out this June. And my guest today is Angela Anderson. Hey, Angela.
Hi.
Angela is a host. I met her actually at an interview. She's a host, she's a speaker, she's a moderator, she does marketing, she does literary events. I want to hear about that. She has editorial services and more. And I love her motto, where excellence and relationships are at the forefront.
Yes.
So good. So when we met, and I just was so struck by your personality and all of the different things that you were into. And you're also such a generous woman. You help people, you network work with people. So just tell us a little bit about your creative journey.
Well, thank you so much, Karen, for having me on the show. First of all, I want to tell you and everybody else, I'm so fangirling right now. So I just want you to know that I'm having a fangirl moment. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. I even love the title, What Are You Reading? What Are You Writing? A part of my creative journey, the thing that I like about being a creative is that it's so a part of my personality from like way, way, way back when. I don't know if you are aware, but I have been like a lover of books and reading since like elementary school. I was literally that kid that loved library day. Okay. Outside of library day, I love going to the library. Even now, I get excited if I get to go to the library or the bookstore, Barnes and Nobles. I mean, any of that stuff. I am like a kid at the candy store, or what have you. So when I got the opportunity some years ago to be able to, I guess, walk in my gift, or what have you, to be able to do more in the literary world, whether it was with books or editing or marketing, or writing reviews, all of that good stuff. You can imagine, I was like ecstatic, because to be able to do something like what we do and to be a creative, especially if it's your passion, it really does not feel like work because you get to have fun doing it, or what have you. So that's a part of my creative journey and how I got there. I was like, there was one day I was kind of sitting, this was some years ago. I was like, Lord, there has to be something that I could do with this passion for books or what have you. And so pre like pandemic and stuff like that, I actually would do in-person literary events. So one of my shows that I have is like the literary cafe or the literary teas and the literary cafe mainly, or what have you. And so those were more in person. But of course, you know what? 2 years ago, we all kind of had to switch gears a little bit, and do a lot of stuff virtually. But to be able to do those and to bring authors and readers into the same space, especially when you had those readers that it was like their favorite author and they never thought that they would get to meet that individual, just seeing the joy on their face and to be able to be the person helping to make those connections was just, I loved it.
I have to tell you, that reminds me of, you talk about being a fangirl. I got to meet Toni Morrison in person. Now, here I am, a grown woman, professional woman. When I got up to her at my line, I said, "Oh, I just saw." I just fell apart like an idiot. And she was very gracious and, "Oh, thank you," but I know that I just made a fool out of myself.
And but you know what? In our minds, it's a good fool. That brings me back to, there's two individuals that, oh my goodness, my first time meeting Kimberly Lawson Roby and
Mm.
my first time meeting Jacqueline Thomas blew my mind. And those two ladies, oh my goodness, they're still a part of like my all-time favorite, authors. And I have a lot of favorite authors, but those two are just really special to me. And so when I got to meet those two in person, in real life, and like have a conversation with them.
Yes.
That was, yeah. So I get it.
Yes, indeed. So, what are you working on anything? Like you're doing so many things. Like you mentioned your literary cafe, is it called? The Literary
Uh-huh.
Cafe?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and which is so cool. I've seen quite a few of them
Oh,
on
thank
your
you.
website. Yes, very cool. And then you are also doing all kinds of publicity and writing interviews. And
Yes.
so what are you working on like right now? What's the thing that's feeding you right now?
The two things that are feeding me right now, of course, you know, the Literary Cafe is just about every Tuesday, every Thursday. I'll do some Fridays for the Literary Cafe. I also write for the Heat Seekers magazine, which is a monthly publication. So I'm always doing things for that particular magazine. So right now, I am getting interviews together for the Literary Cafe. I actually have openings, have a few openings in April, and then of course, most of the ones now that I'm filling up are for like the second quarter of the year. I am taking interviews for that. And of course with the magazine. So I'm always, you know, working on that, which is for me, you know, like with being a creative, I actually get to, which I know is a little different from being an author, but I actually get to explore a little bit of the writer side, being able to write for a magazine. Because before, I would just enjoy it by doing the editorial side of it. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I have to say I like it.
That's cool. And that definitely counts as writing. Every kind
Yes.
of writing is
And I had
writing.
to think about that because most of the people are like, "Are you a writer?" I was like, "No, I do the other side of it." And I was like, "Well, actually, you are."
Actually, you are a writer. I love the fact that so many people that I meet are creators. So they do more than one thing,
Yeah.
which is exciting and wonderful. But one of the things that we all seem to do is read. And so I
Yes.
want to, right? We're readers. And, from the tiny, tiny baby, I read, and you're a reader since you were a little girl. So what
Yes.
is in your to be read pile these days?
Okay. So I'm laughing. I really am. I'm laughing whenever anyone asks me about my to be read list. I mean, literally, if I was to show you like my surroundings, of course you see a little bit behind me, but I'm literally surrounded by books, like stacks and stacks and books, like just all over, or what have you. So my TBR list is like really, really growing. One of the things, I mean, matter of fact, I just got these two packages over the weekend. Haven't had a chance to open them, so I'm super excited to see what's inside of them. Actually, I also received. Oh my goodness, Piper Hewley has a new book that's coming out in August by her own design. As you can see, this is an art copy or what have you, but by her own design. I am super duper excited about that particular book. There is a book by Kate Spencer that's called In a New York Minute or something like that. That's on my to be read list as well. As you can see, the Kindle is not far. That's on my Kindle. So I'm getting excited about reading that too. So yeah, it's forever growing.
Ever growing, exactly right. And one of the things that happens to me doing this show is that people talk about wonderful books and then I add those, or I
Yes,
meet somebody who just finished a book and I add that. So it's
yes.
a never ending thing. So there's some books that, we like to recommend books to
Mhm.
our audience. So do you have one or two that you've finished? Oh, she's got them all lined up. All right, let's go. I want to
And you
hear
see,
it.
I have four, so I'm gonna make it quick. Oh my goodness. Okay, first up, The Adoption Surprise, Zoe Marie Jackson. Oh my goodness. Karen, this is the cutest. I mean, first of all, take a look at the cover. This
Yes,
is the
yes.
cutest book. I don't know if you was a fan of Sister Sister, but it kind of reminds you of Sister Sister. There is a separated at birth with these two twins. There's a little bit of romance in there. I love it. Oh my, 5 stars, like literally. Um, I gotta tell you this one. This one actually just dropped. Something Good by Vanessa Miller. Oh my goodness, guys! The way it's three characters, and the way that she weaved these three families into one, you don't miss a beat. Literally, I say this is a one more chapter time type of read that you want to finish it the end. Something good. Oh my goodness. All right. I have to tell you this one, The Violin Conspiracy. This was actually the GMA book club pick for February. Brendan Slocum. This is like his debut novel. It's a mystery. Oh my goodness. I love music. The Violin Conspiracy, must read. And then this one was the January GMA book club pick, The Maid, Nita Prost. Also, this is her literary debut as well. She's also an editor. Oh my goodness. This is like mystery, suspense, thriller. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's 4 good ones, boys and girls. I just took them through January through March, actually. Yeah,
That's
January through
awesome.
March.
That is awesome. They sound wonderful. They sound amazing. And telling me a little bit about your actual job. You know, you told me you do this and you do this and you do this. What's your main focus in terms of what you do to get paid? What you do to? 'Cause I know
Gotcha.
everything's fun.
Yeah,
Everything you
yeah.
do is
Oh,
fun.
trust. Yes, yes. I definitely understand that. So, basically, the services of Angela Anderson Presents. Of course, there's the editorial side where I edit books for authors. I do fiction and nonfiction, or what have you for that. And then there is the marketing and the PR side. And so on that side, I actually have the Literary Cafe is a part of that side where I interview authors. I'm actually a host and a moderator, so I have those types of services as well. I also have coaching services, literary coaching services, where I may
Mm.
coach authors in different areas, whether it's writing their book, whether it's coaching them on their marketing, things of that nature too. I have a master class that I teach that is so fun, and that's one of the
Oh, wait,
parts
hold
of.
on, hold on. Tell me about your master class. What are
Yeah,
you
look, I was
teaching?
just getting ready to say, I actually did one of the masterclass I actually taught back in December. It was a 90-minute masterclass. That particular one was on marketing and PR. And the thing that I love about my masterclass and even some of my coaching services, they're not just for authors. They can even be for small business
Mm,
owners. They can be for
mm.
individuals who are just getting into the game or what have you. So the tips and the tools and the things that I teach them, they can actually use beyond, because I tell authors all the time, you really need to think of this as your business, your book business, not just I'm an author, because it is a business. So I really do enjoy doing that. Just in my mind, I call it being in front of the classroom and being able to teach others, either about the industry or teach them about their marketing or teach them about their editing, things of that nature is so fun to me. That's why I was telling you we were talking about your passion for what I do. I feel so blessed because it's like I love doing all this stuff, but I mean, hey, I get paid doing it, but I love doing all this stuff, and I can genuinely say that it really doesn't feel like work when it is work.
Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome. So if our audience wanted to find you, they wanted to learn more about you, they wanted to watch the Literary Cafe, how do they find Angela Anderson?
Yes. Well, of course, they can go to my website, which is www.angelaandersonpresents.com. They can
Presents. Angela
presents.
Anderson
Look,
presents. Mhm.
of course, if you see
Oh,
that,
look at that.
look, I'm
Yes.
trying to rock my brand, but AngelaAndersonPresents.com. Also, I am on social media. They can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I do have a YouTube channel, Angela Anderson YouTube channel, where they can watch all of the cafe shows, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays. There are some Fridays that are on Instagram as well. Yeah, and I'm around. I'm on my website if they would like to get in contact with me to schedule like a
Mhm.
consultation or to find out how they can work with me. There is a contact form. They can fill out that form, and then I will get in contact with them, to schedule an appointment, all of that good stuff.
That is awesome. Well, I have to say that as somebody who's been on this side of your publicity, you've sent me authors, which is so wonderful, looking out for your clients and connecting them. But then I'm just so amazed and dazzled by how generous you are, just being generous. So
Oh,
you guys out there, you have met an amazing woman, Angela Anderson, and her company is Angela Anderson Presents.
mhm.
And I hope that you will look her up, that you will be in touch with her, that you will follow her, because you are going to continue to love her. Well, how could you not? How could you not? Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And I look for you next time. What are you reading? What are you writing? Bye.
Bye.